Hello, this is Billy Core from the Nostalgia Mall, and we're back again with the Packard Bell Legend 406 CD. This was the subject of last week's video, although last week's video was actually recorded the same day that I'm filming this, so for me only a few hours have passed since the last one, but it's been a week for you guys unless you're viewing early on Patreon. But you know what, I better shut up before I cause everyone an existential crisis. So, what we're going to do in this video is we're going to get this computer set up for everyday use. And there's really not much that needs to be done with this computer. Everything in this computer is fully functional. Nothing needs to be fixed or anything, and nothing needs to be cleaned either, which is an added bonus. So, all we're going to really do is replace the hard drive, which is a 850 megabyte Connor hard drive, with this CF card adapter, which will go under the CD-ROM drive. And I'll be using a 2 gig CF card for Windows 95, and I'll use another 2 gig card for Windows 3.1. If I can find a 2 gig CF card. I thought I had another one lying around, but this is the only one I could find, so we're just going to stick with 95 for now. And we're also going to add this lovely 3-COM Etherlink card for network capability. And another thing that needs to be done is this front faceplate needs to be, and that's my phone going off, is this front faceplate needs to be retro brighted, but that's not going to be in this video because, for one thing, I don't have the materials to do that with. And two, there's hardly any sunlight this week. It's going to be cloudy most of the week, if not raining, so that's going to have to wait a little bit. So today we're just going to put the CF card in and the network card, and we're also going to do a good old-fashioned Packard Bell Master CD restore. So that'll be fun. So first thing, let's add the CF card adapter. And on these 4x4 Packard Bells, there are 3 screws you got to remove. Okay, first screw is here by the floppy drive. Get that out. There we go. Second screw is this teeny tiny looking one right here. And we'll set that aside in a special spot since that one's a bit different. And there's one more right here on the right side of the case. And this whole drive tray should slide out, which contains the CD-ROM, floppy drive, and hard drive. And we lost the faceplate for the floppy drive. I'll worry about that in a moment. Okay. Right here is the hard drive. I don't know if you'll be able to really see it or not. Just want to get it in a position where you can have a chance to see it. So we'll go ahead and unplug our IDE cable and our power cable. Ouch, that hurt. And there's 3 screws. And of course this drive bay is going to be empty from now on. Okay. Of course I will save these screws for future use. There we go. And it slides out. And here's our hard drive. This is a Connor CFS 850A, 850 megabytes. Pretty small, even back then. Our first Packard Bell came with a 1.2 gig hard drive, so it was a little bit bigger than this. And of course, Connor, they were bought out by Seagate. Now, my good friend the Flying Scotsman a few years ago, when he still had a Packard Bell Legend 406 CD, he had this exact same model hard drive, and he hooked it up to a USB IDE adapter, and something on this board right here, I don't know if it was a chip or one of these little components, started smoking. And so he quickly unhooked that, and yeah, that was it for that drive. So yeah, I'm not sure if I should trust this drive or not, so thankfully we'll be switching to something not only a bit more reliable, but something a lot roomier. 850 megs to 2 gigs is not a bad upgrade. Okay, now for our CF card adapter. We'll put it in upside down for the time being. And it's a little hectic to get it wired up in this type of computer. So I'm just going to push it in a little bit further than normal, just so I can have room to, you know what, actually I'm just going to do this. And hopefully I don't get the cable upside down, because this IDE cable is not keyed, which is always fun. It's a bit hairy. How many YouTubers does it take to connect a hard drive cable? Would love to know. Okay, it's in there. Just barely. So we'll push it in, give it some more slack. You know what? First things first. I'm just going to leave it like this for now. I'm going to plug the computer up and just see if I've got the cable connected properly. Actually, first thing I need to do though is plug power into it. There we go. Okay, I tested it off camera and everything seems to be good to go. So we'll go ahead and screw it in. Get it lined up first thing though. There we go. Now I think I'll reuse the screws that were holding in the hard drive. Don't know if this is going to work or not. And I lost it again. How many YouTubers does it take to screw in a CF card adapter? I would like to know. Okay, now you're just being stubborn. Problem is that I gotta keep it raised up a little bit so it will match with the holes, screw holes that is. Might need longer screws. Okay, gonna try some longer screws this time. Maybe I'll get further than before, I hope. Okay, I think I finally got it taken care of. Let's put this thing back on the floppy drive. There we go. Oh, forgot to take the blanking plate out. Oh, that sounded nasty. It's caught on some cables, of course. Finally, I think. So let's go ahead and screw this cage back in. Sorry if you can't see it. Okay, that's in. Okay, put this teeny one back in. And we'll put the one in next to the floppy. And we should be good to go as far as the CF card is concerned. Just wish I could find that other 2 gig card. I'm sure it'll turn up eventually, or I'll have to order a new one. Probably using it for something right now. Okay, now to add our network card. We'll put it in this top slot here. We got 2 PCI slots to choose from. We'll do it at the top. Take that blank out and pop this into place. These are some of the best network cards to use on these old computers, by the way. These 3Com Etherlink cards, they work on everything. Assuming you can actually even get it in there. There we go. Hope I didn't break anything. Okay. And that should be the last of our inside work. And there we are. Can't really see it. Okay, I think I got everything set up over here. Wasn't easy with the jungle of cables that are over here, so see if it works. Still says corner PB, but first thing I want to do is update the BIOS to the latest version. I think that's bootable. Don't know for sure. And that is a very quiet floppy drive, I must say. Ooh, resource allocation conflict. Yeah, there are a few settings in the BIOS that do need adjusted. I don't even know if I'm doing this right. Only PCI card in here is the network card. I do not want to take everything apart again. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be easy. Okay, I don't know if that did anything or not. All I did was enable a few ports. We're still broke. There's really nothing I can reset, except just reset the configuration data. Oh, this is irritating. I want to do all I can to not have to take everything apart again. And yes, I should have tested this before hooking everything up over here. I make that mistake quite frequently. Yeah. It's not happy. Maybe get default values. Don't have much confidence. Okay, we'll see what that does. So far, not off to a very good start. Oh, I hate resource conflicts. Well, you know what? Maybe if we update the BIOS, we can get this working. I hope. It must not be liking that network card for some reason. I've used it on this type of computer before. But again, maybe updating the BIOS will solve this issue, I hope. Anything to not have to take this apart. Does everything automatically. This is always nerve-wracking. Okay, restart. Okay, latest BIOS. That's what we want to see, but did it fix our resource conflict? No, it did not. Oh, this is nasty. Anyone have any ideas of what the issue is? And why I can't use this network card? Well, that wound up being quite an ordeal. I swear this stuff is never easy. I tried multiple, I wound up having to take it apart, and I tried multiple types of PCI cards, and in both of the PCI slots, same error. I could not figure out for the life of me what the problem was, and I wound up just taking a wild guess, and I took the PCI ISA riser card out of the computer and swapped it in for the one out of the now defunct Force 102 CD. And that seems to have seemingly solved it. I don't know if it's solved for good since I don't have an operating system installed yet. But the resource allocation error is no longer showing up, and I'm getting lights on the PCI card lighting up, so far it looks like we had a faulty riser card, and I'm very, very grateful that I had a spare to put in it. So hopefully this crisis has been resolved. So next thing we can do finally, and it's been about an hour or so since the last part of this video, is to boot into Nbr Tool. Before this video started recording, I backed up the Nbr from the original hard drive, and it's on this floppy disk, which we will use to restore it to this blanked out CF card. So we'll start Nbr Tool, and this is simply just so I can have the original system credentials on here. And we'll do option 5, and we will restore, which is option 2. Enter disk number 0. Backup file name is 406 CD. And it looks like we're going to be good to go. Takes a minute. It is reading from a floppy disk, so gotta be patient. Error restoring sector 1 to disk 128. So we have a failure here. It's failing big time. Can something just go right once and for all in these videos? Seriously? Okay, I booted into a Cronus OS selector just to check if everything was okay partition-wise, because I plugged this card up to my main computer and ran Windows 10's disk part and just did a clean command, so presumably everything should have been cleared out on here. But look at all these crazy partitions. 5.8 gig, 23.7 gigs for Lynx RTOS, 679.8 gigs for CTOS, 816.8 gigs for something having to do with VMware. And this is only a 2 gig CF card, so let's see if we can delete these and just start from scratch. And just to be on the safe side, I'm just going to create a FAT16 partition that will be wiped out, but maybe it'll get this to work. Write error. How am I not surprised? Well, we've gone from one problem to another, it seems. And we get to do some more troubleshooting, trying to figure out what's with this CF card. Well, if you're wondering how I fixed this, well, I'm wondering it myself. I took the CF card out and popped it in my main computer again and used Windows 10's disk manager software to repartition it, and I think that may have taken care of it. I don't know. I hope it did. So hopefully that problem's solved, and now on to whatever our next adventure is going to be with this. So now we can finally get around to restoring from the Packard Bell master CD, and since this computer still has its original CD-ROM drive, I can use this very original, unaltered Packard Bell boot floppy. So we will stick that in there. Haven't used that thing in years. Hopefully it still works. And we'll go over to our envelope that came with this computer. And we will take our original Restore CD, put it in the drive. This is exciting. Not really. And we will just Control-Alt-Delete to get out of this Nbr Tool software and hope for the best. I still don't know for sure if PCI card problem's been resolved or not. Sure hope it has. Let's see if this disc still works. So this did not come with this computer, but the same disc that would have come with it though. So I didn't get any floppy disks with this computer. No big deal, I've got plenty. This is as original as a Packard Bell Restore can get. Just like the old days. Usually I have to use modified boot disk because I usually don't have the original CD-ROM in there anymore. But this one is magical enough that the drive still works. Isn't that amazing? I'm easily amused, I know. Drive Y. Thank you, Messy Dex. Okay. Yeah, that's to be expected. We'll do a retry and see what happens. Try ignore. And we got a divide overflow error. I think the word error has been the official theme of today. But look, it still worked. Story of my life. So we will go to Restore Hard Disk Drive, Format and Restore. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. And in this case it doesn't, because this disk is quite unhealthy, it appears to be. Well, let's switch over to the one I usually use. And hopefully, since it's already booted and it's same files and everything, we can just restart from where we left off and not have to reboot. I remember having trouble with this disk years ago, so I had a feeling this would result in this. Okay, so we can just resume from where we left off. And we're going to format. This will take about a minute. Okay, there we go. And we'll skip the drive label. And since we've got the system credentials built into this, it will not ask us for a format number. I don't think it will, at least. So, yep, there we go. Okay, everything seems hunky-dory. I don't think I've ever said hunky-dory in my entire life. What's going on with me? So this is going to take about 20-30 minutes to do. So we will pause here and resume on the other side. Okay, it took about as long as I figured it would, but restoration was successfully completed. And so we'll let the disc do its thing. Restore completed. For changes to take effect, the system must be restarted. Remove all disks and CDs and reboot the system. Sounds good to me. Okay, did it reboot? Okay. That was weird. Might have to do a manual reboot. Been a while since I've done a restore like this on a Packard Bell, so okay, go ahead and eject that. Set that to the side. Still nervous about the PCI card issue. I sure hope that took care of it. I mean, I'm not getting the error anymore, so hopefully it was just a bad riser card. Okay, here's that famous screen. Congratulations on the purchase of your new Packard Bell computer. We are sure that it will meet your computing needs. And I'm going to get a picture of that because I'm a nerd. Okay, why did the flash come on? Okay, because I had it on. That explains it. Thank you for choosing Packard Bell. Well, you're welcome. Best vintage computer I've ever used. Okay, so ran into another problem a while ago. It took me another good while to get resolved. The sound card was hanging the system up, and I don't know if it was the sound card itself or the riser card, so I put a third riser card in there and another sound card, and I'm not sure which one did it, maybe both, but all systems are functional now. This system, this computer, is good to go. Everything's working beautifully. And I completed the Packard Bell restore off of camera, but boots into Windows just fine, and all the hardware is detected perfectly with no resource conflicts or hang-ups or anything. Only thing I got to do now is install the network card driver in Windows, and we'll be good to go. What a beautiful sight. The computer looks pretty sharp right here. Of course, I don't have a keyboard tray on this end of the desk, so it's a little bit tight, especially considering I'm going to be writing my novel on this computer, which, by the way, I've got many chapters written now. It's going pretty well. I haven't written anything in a while, but I'll just ignore it for now. Wow. That's beautiful, isn't it? Just a plain old-fashioned Windows 95 install of all the Packard Bell goodies, as well as the system credentials, which were copied from the original drive over to the CF card. Beautiful, beautiful. everything is working great. Again, I still need to install the driver for network. But we'll give it a quick little canyon test. You know what, I'm feeling kind of fancy. How about a passport test? Adjust the volume. So yeah, everything is working beautifully. Yes, we ran into some obstacles getting this going, but you know what? Sometimes that's what has to happen with these old computers. They're not quite as strong as they used to be, but you know, once you figure them out, you can get them to work. So until next time, I'm going to be installing software on here, and in a future video we'll do a more thorough overview of this computer. But until then, this is Billy Core signing off. Thank you for visiting the Nostalgia Mall. If you liked what you saw, please like, subscribe, and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You may also support me on Patreon if you would like. Until next time, this is Billy Core signing off.